These are the UDL guidelines. The goal of these guidelines is to foster learner agency, and that learner agency should be purposeful and reflective, resourceful and authentic, strategic and action-oriented. And these characteristics are represented throughout the guidelines, this framework. So the framework is organized first by principle. You can see design multiple means of engagement is a principle, design multiple means of representation, and design multiple means of action and expression. Those principles are supported by guidelines, these boxes underneath each principle. And those guidelines are supported by considerations, the bulleted lists beneath the guideline statements. The framework is also organized horizontally by access to learning, support for learning, and the executive function that underlies all of these learning strategies. So the guidelines are actually a little pop-up from the homepage. So if I exit out of those, I should always find this little guidelines icon that I can click on, and it'll pop the whole set of guidelines up. Each principal guideline and consideration is a clickable page. So I can click on any of those to learn more about them, and then click on the guidelines icon to go back to that pop-up. So again, I can click on any one of these and it will give me more information about that principle, guideline, or consideration. And these are great places to drill down to find concrete examples or explanations of what they really mean. From here, I can also explore the research that supports these guidelines, principles, considerations to understand where this information was pulled from. So another way to interact with the guidelines is to actually use the search feature, and that can be a more specific, targeted way of finding information related to them. So if you're interested in maybe how the guidelines address vocabulary, you can use the search icon in the top right corner and search vocabulary, and you'll get any results that has the word vocabulary in it. So you may need to play with your search terms to find exactly what you're looking for, but they will also break the results down by type. So you can see which considerations have the word vocabulary in it, guidelines, principles, and even research. So if I wanted to see which considerations talk specifically about vocabulary to focus my work, I can check that and see that there are two considerations that mention vocabulary. Clarify vocabulary, symbols, and language structures. So maybe I want to just focus on that. I can click on that from here, and it will take me right to that landing page. So these are the new and refreshed guidelines, UDL 3.0, and that is how you navigate them and in finding information.